my name is Andrea Sheely, and we are working on week 1, part B. We are discussing the differences on how to talk to your pediatric client and how to talk to their parent. The first activity that we're going to work on with our pediatric client is stacking blocks. So if I had my child in front of me, I would say, hey, I want you to see how well you can stack. Stack, stack, stack. Get them as high as you can. Okay, only use your right hand. I only want you to use your right hand while you stack the blocks as high as you can. You're doing an awesome job. If I was going to explain this to the parent, I would let the parent know that we were working on their ability to demonstrate a dominant hand, demonstrate the ability to grasp and release during fine motor activities, which will carry over to tasks like them being able to grasp their fork or their spoon, bring it to their mouth, and scoop the food into their mouth, and then release that fork or spoon once they're done with their food and they don't need to eat anymore. Working on these fine motor activities is really going to build up our ability to then also perform just our daily tasks of getting dressed, brushing our teeth, and all the essential things we're going to need to do later in the span of life. So the next activity we're going to work on is playing bingo. So if I had a child in front of me, I would say, we're gonna play a game today. We're gonna play bingo. But I want you to use only your pincher fingers to pick up the little chip and put it on the right number, okay? Okay, and we're only gonna use your right hand because right hand is your dominant hand. So we gotta practice with our right hand. Make sure we're only using our pincher fingers. For example, if I was going to be explaining why we were performing bingo to the parent, I would let them know that we're working on crossing midline when we reach for the bingo chips that are across the table. We're also going to be working on our fine motor with our 2 fingers, which will correlate to then writing with a pencil. And even cutting and feeding and all those little activities, brushing our teeth. And then also following a sequence by having the bingo up top and then having to follow the numbers and the cognitive ability to process, do I have B42? So we are just going to continue to work on all of these different skills, and all of these skills in general are going to combine together for your child to be able to do the things they need to do throughout their day so that they can organize when they have to start transferring to different classes in the school. They're able to organize like, okay, what do I need to look for on my desk to make sure I'm gathering everything up and getting it all packed in my backpack so I can get to my next class. And the third activity is riding prone on a scooter board. So if I had my child in front of me, I would say, okay, we're gonna lay on our belly and we're gonna use our arms and we're gonna push on the board across the room. It's gonna be a race. I bet you can do it in 10 seconds. What do you think? And then in return, if I was explaining this activity to the parent, I would let them know that we're working on those gross motors, the bilateral movement, the strengthening, which is going to carry over to them being able to put their shirt on and using both of their arms as they push through, or using both of their arms as they put their pants on, and just using both bilateral upper extremities at the same time. I found 2 different articles, and both of them talked about in the parenting conversations we need to have that we need to be really educating and coaching the parents. They are in a situation where a lot of times they're scared. They might have anxiety, they might have depression, fear about how their child is going to develop. So it's important for us to just explain what we're doing, but try to make it as simple as possible, not use those medical terms, but use terminology as both hands instead of bilateral upper extremity. And the articles both also discussed that we should be empathetic and have positive regards when addressing the clients and being very genuine, the parent, and being very genuine. It's very hard for a parent to see their child not be equivalent to what maybe their peers are and not perform the activities they thought the child would always perform. So it's just being understanding and empathetic when we're talking to them. And like I said, kind of making sure that the terms we're using are more appropriate instead of the medical long terminology. So then when we're addressing a child, we just need to be encouraging and facilitating. The child is there to obviously get better, to develop new skills, but they don't always understand that. So it's important for us to just be fun. Children don't want to participate if they're not having fun. Their entire world revolves around play. So making sure that we are happy, we are sincere in just having fun and playing with them. We're listening to them and just smiling and just being extremely encouraging and facilitating their motivation to participate in the activities we need them to do in order to develop. Thank you. Have a great day.